Alright, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. We are doing an update on my pan and everything. I think I started this in June 2021 and essentially it is a challenge to hit pan on a shade or an item in everything I own that is panable, I guess. So that is essentially I've chosen eyeshadow, blush, bronzer and a highlighter. And if it's a palette, I randomly generate a shade to work on. And even if that palette has already got a pan in it, then I will randomly generate, not including that pan. So you'll understand, I think, as we go through what I have worked on. So, I don't know why I put this one out, but this one has already been talked about. So, I did an update on this, I think, in December as part of my Christmas series. I believe we're a little bit behind on me doing an update now. I was meant to do an update on this in March, and we're currently in April, so we're a little bit behind. I'm trying to do these maybe every 3 months or so, but I did do this. I did start a challenge in June, so yeah, essentially I'm going to walk through what I've hit pan on and the items I have replaced them with, and oh, I'm just dropping things all over the floor. So yes, we're going to go through the items that I have worked on. We have some pans, and we have some not pans but close to pans, and yeah, without further ado, let's just get right into it and get with my update. So this is the first item that we're going to talk about. This is my Colour Institute palette. Now, as you can see, this has got like 3 pans in it already. No, 4 pans in it, sorry. So the eyeshadow I worked on for this was the 18th shade, which is this one. I say 18. That's probably a misconstrued number there. Wow. That's probably not the greatest number to mention. I should probably just say the 8th shade. But basically I own 2 of these palettes and I numbered them 1 to 20 because there were 10 shades in each, and it was just easier for me to do it that way. But technically this is the 8th shade, but there we go. So we already hit pan and rolled that first palette out at the last update. I believe it was in December actually, so yeah. So this has been worked on. So this is the shade here. Now I started working on this in June and it rolled out in December. Now I did say I did my update in December, however I obviously panned this after I did that update in December, as I probably did it middle of the month. So yeah, that's the shade there. So it's the 18th shade here. You of course may recognise this palette anyway because it is part of my project pan, and yeah, I did count that towards that goal in that project as well. So it was a doubler, which is great. So yeah, that is the first item. We'll go through what I've hit pan on first, and then we'll go through the replacements afterwards. So next we have got, okay, so this has also been in since June. Oh, I should mention, it took me 46 times to hit pan on that eyeshadow shade in this palette by the Colour Institute. I'm not doing very well here, am I? 46 times, which is quite a long time, but that's kind of average, I would say, for me. Okay, next we've got this. This is my Bourjois bronzing powder. This is no longer available to buy in the UK. They stopped selling to us or something like a couple of years ago, but this is what it is looking like right now. So obviously you can see there is no pan. So this is my oldest bronzer, guys. My oldest bronzer. I've owned it for, I want to say, maybe 15, 16 years. It is mad, and it's just never ending. So I have used this 101 times since June and we've hit no pan. But we do have like a deeper dip, which I'm very excited about. But it just seems to be never ending. I don't know how this is just never hitting pan. I'm hoping it'll happen soon, sooner rather than later. Because I'm getting quite bored of wearing it now. I kind of want to work on other bronzers or like the next bronzer down. But still going strong here. And yeah, I'm not really working on many other bronzers at the moment, so it's getting a lot more usage than other items in this project. But that's because I'm not really working on any, like, more than one other bronzer at the moment, so yeah. I really want this to hit pan, and the best part about it is that it still smells of that like chocolatey smell that it had when I first bought it, and that's pretty good, well going. Also, I should also mention that yes, it is quite old, but I'm not having a reaction to it, and it's not smelling weird, and it's still performing fine. It hasn't really lost its like colour. So yeah, I'm still using it because it's still working fine for me. Obviously that is different for different people, but for me it is doing its job pretty well. So yeah, there's that. Okay, next is this. This is my Topshop blush. It is blush. Oh, my Topshop blush in the shade Flush. That's very difficult to say. So this is what it is looking like. So I took it. So I worked on this from June when I first started this project up until March, and I used it 70 times to hit that pan. I think I've used it maybe a couple of times since, but mainly, yeah, that is where we're at. I do believe with this, I didn't even realise I hit pan on it for like 1 or 2 times I used it, but there we go. Because it's a cream even, like it moves around the product, so it did move the product around a little bit, so it was like misconstrued for a couple of days, but yeah. So well, how long did that take me? What, 9 months to hit pan, which is mad, but I'm very happy to say this has been rolled out. And yeah, this was not my oldest blush, but it was my second oldest blush, and that's how I'm pretty much choosing the items. I'm going from oldest to newest. That's how I select my next item. I'm not randomly generating which item I'm working on next. Apart from the fact I'm doing that with my highlighters, which we're going on to next. No. Okay. Why did I start this in October? So when I first started this project, I think I had this palette and the first palette rolled in together. So when I rolled out the Colour Institute #1, I did roll in this. Now I probably won't do that again. I will probably just keep one eyeshadow palette in at a time, but I wanted to keep those siblings together when I rolled this in. So this has been in since October because that's when I rolled out the Colour Institute palette #1. So this is the current situation. So when I first rolled this in, this eyeshadow at the bottom, obviously it's the only one that's got a dip in it. This one at the bottom had no pan in it. So we have got a pretty deep pan. I think I'm going to hit pan on this any day now. And I have been waiting and waiting like as late as possible to film this, to try and hit pan on this. I think that's one of the reasons why I didn't film it in March. I was just trying to see if I would hit pan on this and it just never came. And now we're midway through April when I'm filming this and we've still not reached it. So I do think we're going to hit pan on it very soon though, because it is quite a deep pan. You'll have noticed also it's obviously very centered, like it's obviously a very like drill based pan, and I want to show you why. So I'm actually wearing it today. I don't know if it's even possible to notice I'm wearing it today, but I only use like an angled brush like this. Wait, I'm only using an angled brush like this, and I'm using it as like an eyeliner. That is the only way I have been wearing this shadow for the last 9 months, or however long it's been. Not 6 months, 7 months. That's how I've been wearing this. So yeah, when I first rolled this palette in, obviously this green shade was looking much like the other shades in Pan World. So it was obviously, it had like no obvious dip, just like a little bit of disturbance on it. So I think I've done really, really well. It's a very like fallouty, crumbly pigment as well. So I do feel like I do pick up a lot of this anyway. But as for usages, let me just get my spreadsheet up. I've used it 46 times. So did I already say that? I don't know. But well, yeah, 46 times, which I think is pretty good going for that. That's how many times I used this shadow up here. That's how many times I've used this shadow, and we've not hit pan on this yet. So that being said, it is a deeper pan, and yeah, there we go. That's so that one. So next up we have got a highlighter. So when I first began this project, I didn't have a highlighter as part of this. I only started working on highlighters in December when I did my first update. So this was rolled in then, and I rolled this out in February, which I think was pretty good going. I was working on it for 2 months, and then it was taken out of the running. So this is the shade here, and I believe it's called Renaissance Gold. It's not really focusing on very, very well to show you guys the... Oh, there you go. You can see it a little bit there now, like right there. This is a gorgeous highlighter. The sleek highlighters in general are amazing. They're one of my favorites. I think they're really good money. I own this palette and another palette, and yeah, absolutely love these items, that's for sure. Okay, so when we rolled out the sleek highlighter, we rolled in this. Now, for my highlighters, I didn't have them as part of my spreadsheet, so I don't actually know or remember what order I had actually bought them in. So for these highlighters, for this category in general actually, I just like randomly generated and chose that way. And the number I fell on, I can't remember what the number is. The item, I should say, the item I fell on was this. This is Fenty Beauty Metal Moon in Killawatt, or the other way around. Fenty Beauty Killawatt Freestyle Highlighter in the shade Metal Moon, which is looking like this. So I don't know if it's going to show up very, very well, but I've used it 16 times. As I said, I only rolled it out in February. The sleek highlighter, so this has been worked on for a couple of months, and this is pretty much brand new as well. I've never really worn this before I brought it into this challenge, so there is like a little bit of disturbance, but not much, and I do think this will probably be in for a long time. I don't know how I'm going to hit pan on this, but we're going to try. If I don't hit pan on it, I think I'm going to try and get rid of the pattern, and then once I've got rid of the pattern, maybe then I will roll in something different just to have something else to work on that's got more progress maybe, and then maybe later on down the line I'll roll this back in the future. Okay, so I rolled out so when I rolled out the Topshop blush, which was rolled out in March, I rolled in this. This is my MAC. No, that's not my MAC. It's in a MAC palette, but it's not MAC. It is actually Lord & Berry. It is a Lord & Berry single. And I believe I must have got it in like a beauty box or something many a year ago. But this is what it is currently looking like. I don't know if it will show very, very well, but you can see there's kind of some disturbance. I feel like you can start to see like a ring forming, like from the layout of what's underneath. But I have only used this 9 months. It has only been in this project since March, so it's very, very, very near. So I think there we go. Those are the items. So we've had 3 rollouts in the last few months, and we have had, so yes, for over the last 3 months we've had 3 rollouts and 3 new items that I have been working on, and yeah, we've got many, many more to go. I definitely think the emerald shade will probably be rolling out relatively soon. I would say maybe like May or so. I don't foresee it actually happening in April, but maybe it could surprise me and do that. But yeah, there we go. If I manage to hit pan on it before I upload this video, which I think is going to be uploaded in like 2 weeks or so, or maybe 2 weeks or 1 week. I can't actually remember what date I've selected this to be scheduled on. If I do manage to hit pan on it, I will insert that clip here now. If I haven't, then we're just going to continue on and wrap this video up. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm enjoying this project. It's kind of like a sideline project that I'm kind of working on alongside all my other projects. I'm not really taking it too seriously, but I want to eventually have pan on every single item. So it's a big task and I've got a long way to go. I'm still at the very, very beginning. Yeah, that's it. That's what I've got to do for you guys now. I shall see you guys next time. Bye.